Hello everyone, and welcome back to Mission Top. It's been since Thanksgiving that we posted a video, and that is because things have gotten so busy around here. There has not been much sleep, there's been a lot that's happened, and because of that we weren't able to get out the camera and shoot the footage and do the editing, which always takes more time than we think it will. The day after Thanksgiving I got up early in the morning and headed off to eastern Washington to get even more sheep. And I was super excited about these sheep because they are St. Croix hair sheep. They're supposed to be like the most resilient sheep that you can get, parasite resistant, eat tons of different types of forage. They're supposed to be good mothers when they lamb. And so I was really excited to get these. Plus, they're super beautiful, I think. So I got out there and it was supposed to be an easy day. I was supposed to just get there around noon, load them up, and get home well before dark. But I got there and the sheep had to be sorted to get out the ones that I was going to take. That took like 4 hours. Once again, the sheepmobile is going. We have these St. Croix hair sheep, which I'm super excited about. They're beautiful animals. And what I'm most excited about with this group is that we have some rams in there with them. We have Ramses the first, he's the big guy. And there's two little guys, which I've decided to name Ramses the second and Ramses the third. And so I didn't get home until about 9 o'clock and we had to unload in the dark.
You guys are gonna have a lot happier life in there. There we go. Come on, guys. It smells so good. There we go. Come on, come on.
There we go. Yes.
Yes, good job.
Good girls. Good girls.
They all have their tails still connected.
I love them.
Goodbye.
Wow.
Who could bring this light?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh, he's got a nice long beard. Oh man, they are hilarious.
Mom, that one girl's like, help me, he's coming for me.
And just because of all that went on that day, it was another night of little sleep. And so we got up in the morning, and that day we were going out in order to get a livestock guardian dog. We've been wanting one of these because we're putting out all these sheep and goats every night, and we do have the electric fence, but we have black bears and grizzly bears here regularly, and coyotes and wolves. And so I've really been looking to get us a livestock guardian dog, but that's kind of difficult because if you get them as puppies, well then they're not very good for the guarding until they're a little bit more grown. And so I was looking for something a little bit older. And we were able to get a 1-year-old Akbash Pyrenees mix that seemed like a really good fit for us. And so far, it's been a little bit of an interesting story with him. So we're calling him Aslan because we think he does look like a lion. He has these beautiful eyes. If you look at just his facial features, he definitely looks like a lion. But the thing is, he doesn't quite have that regal, confident lion personality that we'd want him to at this point. And that is because when we picked him up, we learned for the first time that he had not received a lot of socialization growing up. And so he is a little bit of a different kind of dog at the moment. We're working with him, but he is very skittish around people. You can tell he just has almost no experience around people. He doesn't follow commands. He wasn't leash trained. He wasn't crate trained when we got him. And so that left me a little bit frustrated because, you know, it takes a lot of time to teach those things to a dog. And when this dog hasn't been socialized to begin with, sometimes they never get quite socialized like you'd want them to if they haven't had that from those very early ages. So we have started working with him, but that is what has eaten up almost all of my time in the last few days because I've had him at my side. And the good news is that progress is being made. He is a lot more willing to have a leash on him now. He's nearly leash trained. He'll go in his crate and out of his crate easier now. But at the same time, he is still very standoffish to almost any of the other people around. One good feature is that he was with sheep since he was a puppy, and so he is comfortable with them. But we've had to take things so slow. And just an example, after about a day and a half, I'd made some decent progress with him. Again, leash trained and crate trained, and he was beginning to trust me a little bit. At the beginning, he wouldn't eat from my hand, but then eventually he did. Well, I had him in with the sheep and the goats in their paddock, and I really wasn't thinking, and I had the electric fence on, and I was giving him some more freedom with a rope that was tied to me. And I was thinking, well, if he got shocked, it'll probably be a good thing because he needs to learn about that fence. But I wasn't thinking how dogs, when they touch this electric fence, they've got this wet nose that's the thing that's going to touch the fence because they're investigating it, and boom, that gives them a super shock on one of the most sensitive parts of their body. And so he got this shock. He went up, investigated the fence, and he got this shock with 8,000 volts up his nose, and all the progress that I'd made in a day and a half was erased. He associated somewhat with me, so he was standoffish to me. He riled up all the sheep and kind of chased them around for a while trying to get away. He tried to bite through the rope and almost did. And one little lamb was left kind of trampled there. I thought she was going to die because she was on her side, barely breathing. Once kind of the flock had moved on, luckily we were able to get her up, and she so far seems to be fine. I think she just got a big knock. But anyway, that just shows what we're dealing with this animal. Because Lyra's been shocked and had the same kind of experience on the fence, but then she'll trust us. We have a relationship built up. But with Aslan, it's been different. So that's something we're going to have to keep you updated on. I'm hoping we can keep him. I mean, he has made progress every day, and we really love him. He is a gentle giant. He's not an aggressive dog, although I'd like to see some protective qualities from him that I haven't quite yet, although nothing's been around that I would actually want him barking or being aggressive at. So that's everything that's been going on that's been making things a little bit more exciting than usual. In the last day or so, we've been trying out moving the sheep and goats to a new paddock in the morning, and then coming in where they just have been and really doing any last cleanup work that they didn't take care of. They really do eat out so much of the vegetation and the shrubbery, which is really what we're after them eating down. But we have been experimenting with coming in with a bunch of tools and really kind of beautifying what is left to do. So we were doing that this morning, and I'm sure we'll be doing plenty of that here in the future, along with more taking out fence. And again, just trying to make this place the most beautiful it can be. Oh, and speaking of the elephant in the room, yes, I did get a cowboy hat. Why, you may ask? Well, the nice thing about what we're doing and where we live is that this is the place, and this is what you should be doing, where it is appropriate to be wearing a cowboy hat. And I think it fits. Maybe you'll say to yourself, oh, they're just dressing up and pretending and blah, blah, blah. But I would just turn that right back to you and say, well, what are you doing with the clothes that you're wearing? Everybody's just dressing up in wherever they are. And I'd rather be wearing something that has a tradition and a place than just whatever the fashion industry is telling me to wear. So that is why I'm wearing a cowboy hat. Some of the other kids want one too, and I'm sure you'll see them get something like that soon. I think that's it for now. And so, this is Gary Nuila signing off from Mission Top Farmstead and Ranch.